This YouTube niche is literally a free ATM and not a single person is using it besides one guy who I'm kind of going to get into in today's video and kind of explain how he's been able to do 10, 20, even upwards of $30,000 a month off of entirely AI made YouTube videos. And honestly, this is the future. People are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and it's really anybody's pie at the moment. So obviously, as usual, I'm not here to sell you guys a course. I'm just going to be giving you completely raw, unfiltered, kind of expertise on exactly how you're able to do and sort of structure a channel in this exact same niche. Now, this is going to be different from the usual content I make. Rather than just showing you the niche, I'm going to do it in real time, showing you exactly how to sort of copy this niche and do 20 to 30K a month, completely autopilot. Just keep an open mind, please. I'm begging you. I'm not trying to sell you a course. I really don't care if you trust me. To add some validity, here's one of our channels that we run. It's done about $393,000. Obviously, I can go ahead and refresh it if that makes it, more believable. I know what a lot of people do is they'll actually change the currency on the channel itself to like Venezuelan dollars or something. All right, and it's loading back up now. Okay, there we go, $393,000. If I go to the settings tab, you guys can see currency is set to USD, so no qualms there. But yeah, I'm not trying to show this to you to flex. It's just so you can take what I'm saying, with honesty and know that I really don't care if you believe me or not. I just want some of you guys to honestly copy what I'm about to tell you. Now, this niche is probably the craziest one I've sort of showed off so far. The first people to execute this are honestly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, sitting on an absolute gold mine. Now, the niche itself, what is it? It is essentially this channel. They are currently doing it. They're about the only ones in this sort of niche doing it to a good extent. What they're doing is 4+ hours of ancient mystery science can't explain. Now, 4 hours of ancient mysteries that science cannot explain. They posted this one 9 days ago. It got 402,000 views. Now, on content like this, the RPM, how much you're paid per 1,000 views, is usually going to be about $35. Now, just off of that one video, if we do 402 times 35, they made 14,000 USD off of this one upload 9 days ago. And it gets even crazier because they've never, ever posted content like this before. The last time they sort of posted something similar to this was 4 hours of unexplained deep sea mysteries. And then obviously that one also did very similar numbers. So nobody is really doing it to the scale that we're going to be copying them to do, right? We can be posting content like this every single day. And you might be saying, well, yes, but making videos like this is not easy. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean.
There are places in this world that defy explanation.
Now you guys might be able to tell the entire script is AI, the entire voice is AI, and while you might be saying, well, yeah, but how are they doing all this editing? Wouldn't it take a very long time? What if I told you all of these videos entirely, the entire video itself is either an AI image or it's just, free stock images. I mean, look at this. They're literally just showing one clip for every 10 minutes in the video and essentially packaging that all together with the AI voiceover and the AI script to make an entire upload in literally an hour. Now, as I said before, the RPM on content like this is probably about $25 because we are in Q1 and, later down the line when we're in December, September, October, kind of those later months, the RPM will jump up to about $50 per 1,000 views, if not even higher. We can be getting 70, 80, even $90 RPMs on content like this, and I know you guys are going to call bullshit. Please, I have no reason to lie to you. If I didn't want some of you guys to succeed and actually execute on this, and of course, I am aware that only about 0.01% of you guys are actually going to go and execute what I say in this video, but I promise you it does work and the RPM is actually this high. Now, the reason why this niche is so absolutely ridiculous is because it is essentially zero effort and 100% AI, in which I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in today's video. Once again, it's very different to the normal type of content I do. What I'm going to go ahead and show you is exactly how to structure, how to do the entire script, how to do the voice act, and everything like that right now. Now, of course, once again, this type of niche is completely scalable up to, 100K a month. As you guys know, evergreen views are a massive factor here, right? So a year down the line, this type of content could still be getting views. If this video is getting 10K views a day for the next year, which might sound unrealistic, but it really is not. A lot of channels build up those type of evergreen views, and it's very realistic. If you're doing that, you're making $1,000 a day completely passively. You have 5 channels all posting content in a similar style to this. Not the exact same niche, because obviously that's going to oversaturate it, but in different types of niches, all kind of following the same concept in which I'm going to show you in today's upload. Now, once again, if you want more niches like this, you can kind of check them out early in my Discord server. That's discord.gg/1%, spelled just like this. And of course, I just, I kind of review your channels. I give early access to these videos, and it's kind of just a hub if you want to get into stuff like this. So go ahead and give that a join if you haven't already. Now, how we're going to execute this, what we'll need, and exactly how to do it. Now, as I've already said, this isn't going to be my normal video. I'm going to do it in real time and give you the exact rundown. Now, First things first, script writing. That's our biggest base, right? We need to cover that. How do we actually write the scripts in a good style that's actually going to be 4 hours long? Now, if I head over to ChatGPT, I've already gone ahead and got a little bit of a reference for you guys. I've said to it, I'm starting an ultra long form automated YouTube niche. Some video titles are, and then I just sent it a screenshot of the video we're trying to copy. And I said, I want to generate the scripts 3 to 4 hours long, talking about stories in a similar style. Keep in mind, they need to be optimized for viewer retention, good pacing, good hooks, and relaxing enough for people to fall asleep to. Now, this is very important that you are kind of training it with what specifications you need. Obviously, guys, I know I don't sell a course, but if you're interested in my mentorship, which is one-on-one direct, in which we scale you to 20K a month, go ahead and check out blakeryan.co. We kind of go more into depth in there, but once again, that's completely high ticket. Let's get back to it. Next thing, here's an example script. What I went ahead and done was I looked up YouTube transcript downloader. I clicked this first one, and all I did was entered one of the videos that I wanted to copy and downloaded the transcript in which I could use it to ChatGPT and kind of give it an exact reference of the style of content I wanted to copy. And guys, keep in mind, this type of thing works for any niche, whether we're doing space, whether we're doing history, geography, doesn't make a difference. We can simply copy the transcript and copy any type of script that we ever would want to. Now, obviously I pasted in the script. Now I'm going to say our title is, and of course we're going to have to think of a title. Now, what's something similar to this we could do? I could say 4 hours of medieval mysteries science can't explain. So we're going to go ahead and say 4 hours of medieval mysteries science can't explain. Now, this is a massive issue that everybody has, and you need to watch right now because I'm about to debunk the entire thing. Now, with ChatGPT, DeepSeek, any of these apps, it can't do extremely long scripts, and that obviously is a really big burden for what we're trying to do. So you guys might be saying, well, if it doesn't do long scripts, how are we going to do 4 hours of content? Now, it's a very easy fix. What we want to say is structure it into 10 parts, each part being 20 minutes long. Start with part 1 and ask me each time if I want you to continue. Now, this is something no other guru is going to tell you. I'm giving you the exact source on how I personally train my models. If we don't do this, the scripts just simply aren't going to be 20 minutes long. You might obviously need to sort of train it a little bit more and tell it, okay, look, that's not long enough. Do this, do this, do this. Obviously, you can work on your model. As you guys see, I've already got kind of, every time you make a GPT model, it goes ahead and saves it in this little side section. So once you've got that, simply, rename it to whether it's science channel, medieval channel, history channel, and kind of reuse that, because once you've trained it once, there's no need to do that every single time. This is a one-time thing, and once you've done it for the first time, there's no need to do anything else. Now, it's gone ahead and written the script. I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, start. Now, it's going to go ahead and start writing our script. Let's see what it cooks up. And just like that, there are stories hidden within history, fragments of knowledge that slip through the cracks of time, and few civilizations hold as many mysteries as the Vikings. So it's literally just going to start writing our script. Now, this is the exact source. This is probably going to be about 20 minutes. And as I said, once that first one's done, say continue with part 2, add it all onto a document and kind of just keep going until you've got about 4 hours worth of content. If you guys are wondering, well, how do I know how long it is? Go ahead and look up words to time calculator. I use this website personally. And what I'll obviously go ahead and do is just type in my script and say script and time calculator, and obviously it just tells me that that script was 3.5 minutes. So I would go back and say, okay, make it 20 minutes, you did it wrong, and it would obviously do that, and then just keep it continuing until you've got the amount of video length that you kind of want to be at. Now, let's just say, for the sake of this, that I've gone ahead and I have my script all done. What's next? The next step is video ideation. So what does that mean? That means coming up with the ideas every single day. The way that I would usually structure this is by making a fresh document, calling it whatever my channel name is, and then saving the next 3 months worth of video ideas right there. Now, I can kind of use the same, sort of thing I already taught it. See how it says, would you like me to continue with part 2? Not for now. So what I'm going to say is make me some video ideas similar to the video idea we're doing right now. Make me 10. Now, it's obviously going to go ahead and make us some video ideas. The reason why it's going to do it so good is because we've already given it a bit of a reference. You want to make sure that when you're doing this, you are giving it references. Otherwise, it's really going to have nothing to base it off. Now, of course, some of these you're not going to want to use. Like this one will be perfect. 4 hours of lost ancient technologies science can't explain. Forbidden medieval books. That could do really well. Strangest medieval artifacts. I would probably skip that. Terrifying legends from the Dark Ages, that would be amazing, and medieval monsters. There's 5 ideas just like that, which I haven't even optimized, I haven't built upon, and I really haven't sort of packaged or anything like that just yet. That's video ideation done. It's so easy. Make a document where you kind of save or 3 months worth of the uploads. If you want to post once every 3 days, if you want to do daily, in a niche like this, I'd probably say the golden amount would be once every other day and just absolutely bomb out content. If you're posting this every single other day and you're doing it for a consistent basis and the quality of the videos isn't shit, you'll easily be doing 15K a month in no time. Now, one thing I want to quickly add is, should you start with a monetized channel or should you get monetized organically? Now, if you guys don't already know, I have a website where you can literally purchase a monetized channel. It's already monetized and you can start posting and get those $40, $50 RPMs right off the bat. That's premonetized.com, just like this. For the first 2 of you guys, use the promo code video, just like this, if you are interested in one of those, and you'll essentially get, a massive discount on any channel you purchase. So go ahead and use that. It's just to kind of help you guys out. And obviously this kind of streamlines the process entirely, makes it so you sort of can get monetized right off the rip and kind of don't need to wait for YouTube to monetize you. And you're obviously missing out on a lot of money in that time. Next thing, voice acting. Now, obviously, in a niche like this, it's going to be expensive if we are going to be using 11 Labs, but unfortunately, that's something we kind of need to deal with. We can use Fish Audio. It's fish.audio if you guys don't know what it is. It's kind of something similar to 11 Labs, and no, this is not sponsored. It's only $7 a month for infinite generations, but it's a bit annoying because the maximum generation you can do is half an hour. So you kind of have to do half an hour, save it, half an hour, save it, all the way down. But, if you guys don't have a massive budget, go ahead and check that one out. It's, very, very cheap and obviously a really good, alternative to 11 Labs. Heading back to 11 Labs, obviously, you're going to go ahead and paste in your script that you just generated. My one's right here. Now, for the voice, this is extremely important. You're going to want to use a voice that's very relaxing. Now, for example, some of these guys' videos, you'll be able to tell a lot of the voices they use and a lot of this content in general is used to fall asleep. Now, nobody wants to fall asleep to, did you guys know there are this? You know what I mean? Nobody wants to fall asleep to a very energetic voice. So when you're choosing your voice, make sure it's something like, here are 4 of the ancient mysteries. You know what I mean? Really relaxing.
Places in this world that defy explanation.
You can kind of tell that. So obviously, when you're going to 11 Labs or Fish Audio, make sure the voice you are choosing is super relaxed, super low key, and something that people could actually fall asleep to. A good rule of thumb is once you choose the voice, make a script, lay down and see if it's something that you could sort of relax to. And if it is, then it's probably a really good option to use that. Now, obviously, it doesn't really need much more explaining. Once you have your voice, go ahead and paste in the script. Next thing, background footage. So voice acting is all done. Background footage. How do we do this? This is probably the biggest question I get. I'm going to go very quickly. Go to Pixels, look up medieval. Medieval. This is a bunch of free videos which you can use. You guys can see here, I've gone ahead and already got like 500 free videos that I can literally just download. The way these guys are doing it is it's just stagnant footage. You guys can see here, a lot of it is just random footage that they're using. And of course, we can do the exact same thing. Heck, we can even use AI to create the images that we're going to be using to put in the videos. And obviously, once you've done that, you'll go ahead and build up a backlog where you have a folder that just has like 1,000 videos. And you'll obviously just filter from that for every single time you need an upload. And eventually, you have a crazy good library. All that's next now is you have your script, your voice, you add some music, you add some really simple ambiance, and you press export. Your entire video, 4 hours long, in which people are going to be falling asleep to, is completely done. Now, that's sort of how background footage works. Obviously, I'm skimming through all of this because I don't want to waste you guys' time. I know it's valuable. I know you don't want to just sit here and watch me yap. So I'm keeping it to an absolute minimum as quickly as possible and just, get the point across and make it so you guys can replicate exactly what I'm showing you. Next thing, editing and packaging. This is probably the most important thing and where I think the majority of people go wrong. Now, what a lot of people do is they'll just slap together a shitty title and a shitty thumbnail. The thumbnail is the most important part of the video. I'm sorry to say it, it literally is. I see a lot of people saying it doesn't matter. It does. AVD and CTR. Average view duration, click-through rate. Click-through rate is how much of the people that see it on the homepage end up clicking. AVD is the percentage of people that view the video that actually watch it till the end. So the average video would have, let's say it's a 10-minute video, maybe a 3-minute AVD, meaning the average person at a median scale watched it for 3 minutes. We need to make sure the thumbnails we are using are optimized. Now, I'm about to give you guys a source. I showed this in yesterday's video as well, but it is fucking insane. Apologies for my language, but what we're gonna look up is vidIQ AI thumbnail generator. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in, give me 1 second. Now, this is probably the best site to do AI thumbnails. You can literally get all your thumbnails done for entirely free. Once you have your 30 video ideas, get those 30 thumbnails done, make those 30 videos, schedule all of them for the next 9 months. I'll get a bit more into depth in this later. But what we're going to go ahead and do is press the reference button. We're going to go ahead and click upload. We're going to paste in a YouTube link of obviously the thumbnail we want to copy. And now we're going to press continue. Now our reference is in there. All we're going to say is make me a thumbnail for the video idea. And what? Oh shit, well, I pressed enter by accident. Give me 1 sec. Alright, so I've gone ahead and repasted it. I said, make me a thumbnail for the video idea, 4 hours of medieval mysteries science can't explain. Now, this is very easy to do. If you can't do this, kind of just work on it a little bit. You know, you have an infinite amount of generation, so simply work, tell it to change stuff that you don't like, and obviously just try and optimize it the most as you possibly can. Once you have the final version, put it in Photoshop, up the saturation, up the brightness, just so it sticks out a little more. That's a tiny bit of a CTR trick right there. But there we go. Our thumbnail is completely done, and realistically, this isn't even too bad. Now, of course, this isn't going to blow up. You'd want to change it a little bit, whether it be removing the text and just placing it yourself, whether you just want to tell it. Obviously here you can say describe any changes you might like. You can add misty trees, you can add ancient artifacts. This is the best thumbnail designer. Once again, not sponsored, but you can sort of handle all packaging for completely free. And that's kind of why I say the AI boom is absolutely insane. Now that's everything handled, editing and packaging. Now, once again, if you want, this is kind of the next thing I want to get into. Should we get monetized or should we purchase a pre-monetized channel? Now, I'm of course not just saying this because I want you guys to purchase one of my channels. I am saying this from a complete standpoint of should you. Now, in a niche like this where the RPM is so high, the amount of views you're missing out on prior to being monetized will equate to like $5,000. So it definitely is worth it. Once again, if you want to get it for very, very cheap, use the code, use the promo code video and you'll get a massive discount. Next thing, this is the final point I want to touch on. Scheduling 30 days worth of content in a day and getting it all ahead. Now, the biggest problem with this is burnout. Everybody gets burnt out. Shiny object syndrome is a real thing. What you should be doing and what I am telling you from the bottom of my heart, get 30 days worth of content finished in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days. Get it all ready. Once you have that content already, schedule it for the next 2 months, right? If you want to get 30 videos done with the exact same setup I just showed you today, do that, grind, get it all done. Schedule it for every other day for the next 2 months. Don't even look at it for the next 2 months, obviously, other than getting monetized. If you get it pre-monetized, you can obviously just get money right off the rip. But if you are just, starting from scratch, then yes, literally just schedule them and don't look at it until you need to get monetized. It is that simple, and it is really something that a lot of people struggle with, which is burnout. You start and then you don't see results and you immediately quit. But if you create all the content while you're motivated, then you simply won't give up. And I guarantee you, following this exact same style, if you do it to a high quality enough standard, you are guaranteed to do $10,000 a month. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to go ahead and check out my one-on-one mentorship, it's blakegrind.co. It's extremely high ticket, so obviously we can't accept everyone, but I personally scale you to 10K a month. Next thing, join my public Discord server, discord.gg/1%. We're sharing crazy value. It's a really good community. And yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Best of luck. I hope you all succeed. See ya.